Hi, my name is Scott Weatherman again, and this is my Project 3 activity overview and lesson. What I planned on doing is another lab with this. We would basically be taking sand from different locations that I've collected actually through my past and doing a comparison with it. So I'm currently a high school teacher teaching Earth and Space, so this would be something that I actually could do. My activity will be in the area of weathering and erosion and how different forces are going to impact rock to create the sand, sediments, and everything. So students are going to look at sand from various locations and determine what kind of environment that they would be on based upon the mineralogy present, the state of the sand grains, and whatnot. They're going to be using sand samples, again, like I've collected, one from Abilene State Park. One sand sample is actually going to be from, there's a green sand beach in Hawaii that I've visited, so they'll have that to show something from there, as well as a sand sample from White Sands area to show that kind of sample. And there'll be another sand sample that will be used from either a black sand beach, which I've been to as well, or I'll use from Great Sand Dunes Park. So this shows a variance of different kinds of sand from different places that has different kind of deposition or type of depositing. So it'll be able to see different kinds of grain sizes and how they're broken up and whatnot. They're going to be using microscopes to see this. They're actually going to be illustrating them onto a sheet of paper and creating a lab document that they will use to create a lab report upon completion, in which they'll compare them. I'll also have one sample that will not have anything about where it's from. The other samples will have some basic characteristics, not identify exactly where it's from, but just some kind of clues that they can figure it out. And then the last sample, they're going to kind of be on their own using what they've already seen in the other samples to get an idea of what they think it would be. And with these, they would also make an initial hypothesis just from a quick glance at the samples before they even see any information to give some kind of hypothesis of where they think it came from, what kind of weathering occurred, how far it might have been transported, and stuff like that. And then they'll be able to use their data to either say yes, their hypothesis was correct, or no, it was not correct, and this is why. And that will all be put into their lab report. Along with the instructions for the lab and everything, there will be also instructions on what's required for the lab report with a grading rubric. They'll be graded on the format and style of the rubric. It has to be typed, or I'm sorry, of the lab report, it has to be typed. They'll be graded on how the introduction is, whether it has their hypothesis, if it has the background information they need, everything like that. They'll also be graded on the methods section. It needs to be clear and concise, have all their what they're going to be doing, their objectives, and what materials they're using, as well as there'll be a results or data section that needs to be put in there, and then finally a discussion, which will basically discuss what they've seen, their analysis of what they found, if they were correct on their hypothesis and whatnot and all that. So they'll be basically able to get a total of up to 50 points, in which case I'll take that 50 points or whatever they got out of that and double it, and that would be their final grade for their lab report. And that would be their assessment, showing that they've done the lab, that they understand what's going on, and that they've been able to develop and discuss a hypothesis. So I feel that that's a good conclusion to that. And that's my activity.